Hey guys, welcome back. MTG Moxman here. Hope you guys are ready for some fun tonight, because guess what? Sometimes there's good deals, sometimes there's bad. How do you know? Which one was for you? Did you make a good deal? Did you make some money in Magic? Did you lose some money? Let's talk about it. It's coming up next. Oh, hey guys, welcome back. MTG Moxman here. I was just bringing some stuff down. So, how's everyone doing? This is kind of weird that you're here so early, but that's alright, it's alright. Welcome back to the channel. This is MTG Moxman. If you're new here, hey, smash that subscribe button and join us as we're having fun and talking about Magic and stuff. Good deals, bad deals, cards, new sets, box openings, lore videos, you name it. I'll pretty much do it all because, it's fun and I like to keep my mind occupied. So welcome. So tonight, we're going to be talking about, good deals and bad deals. Okay, Magic cards. Good stuff. Have you made a lot of money? Have you made a little bit of money? What's your best deal you've ever had? What's your worst deal you've ever had? I thought we'd have some fun with that tonight. Because, more often than not, I've made pretty good money. There's a few times I haven't. Now, as a little side treat, we'll be doing this tomorrow. I'll have a couple videos tomorrow, actually. But this is the new Flesh and Blood. And my patron, Andrew, insisted that I buy a case of this. Now, first off, I don't play this game. He's tempting me with a new card game. Never a good sign. And I gotta be honest, the packaging's tiny. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but it's very compact. I can't wait till I crack one open tomorrow and see. Flesh and Blood, Welcome to Wrath? Crucible of War? I don't know. Flesh and Blood. Looks pretty cool. But I'll be curious to see what happens here. So, stay tuned tomorrow because that'll be pretty exciting. Alright, now. If you guys always know, there's good sides and bad sides to every deal you ever make. Sometimes you don't even care if it's a bad deal. You just wanted the cards, wanted that booster box for your collection. You wanted to have something. Totally understandable. And this video is really not for you. This is about when you're actually trying to maybe turn a buck, have a slight investment in the cards, knowing it'll hopefully uptick in a couple of years, make some money, and move on to something bigger and badder. Maybe your first Power 9 card. Maybe something awesome in the background. What did I do there? They're somewhere over there, aren't they? Yeah, they're over there. Usually they're over there, but, I move stuff around. So, I thought tonight we'd enjoy that. I'm going to show you a few cards that I have made deals on. This is more or less just to spark a conversation. Okay? Some of you probably have never done this yet, but you might get there someday and you can avoid the pitfalls by taking a little bit of my advice. Okay? A little bit. Or you can make fun of me in the comment sections and enjoy yourself that way. Whatever floats your boat. Alright, so, what we have here, let me just get to number 1. Alright, so here's Mox Amber. Now, this is the reason I am called MTG Moxman. It's because I'm very fond of Moxes, and I have a lot of this card. I have other Moxes, of course, but I have a lot of this card. Now, Mox Amber came out in 2018, as you guys know. It was part of the Dominaria set, where they went back to this whole nostalgic feel. Richard Garfield was involved in producing the set, and it was truly a breathtaking set. For any player who's been around a long time, the storylines and arcs going back to Dominaria, the lore that it brought up was just mind-blowing. And you couldn't help but be enthralled with the story that they were telling you with these characters, right? It was very cool. Now, this card came out, and the artwork, caught me right away. Okay, caught me right away. I contacted this artist numerous times already trying to buy the original. Yeah, that's right, I tried to buy the original, and he is not selling it. But I left my contact info in case he ever does sell it. So, when you look at this card, it has all kinds of drawbacks. I'm not going to lie. It's legendary. You only goes with a legendary creature or a planeswalker. But that's getting pretty cheap to do now. Rogoth, I'm just going to say. Son of Rogoth, that's cool. And there's a lot of 1 and 2 casting cost planeswalker, legendary creatures that make it more valuable. But when I bought this card, it hit a massive upswing. And by the way, I tracked this card vividly. It had a massive upswing. Then it dropped like a stone. Then it picked up a bit. Then it dropped down further until it kind of hit that floor of around $5.18. Now, this is the time that I bought a lot. I said, for $5, who cares? I'm just going to buy it for fun. I love this card. I can get more of it. And then it became an obsession. And then, I comment on this in a few channels, and I put some stuff up on my own channel. When I first started, this is one of the things that drove me, is people getting ripped off that very ticked me off, and then this card. So I went ahead and just grabbed it. Now, the current price is around $25 Canadian. Okay? No, I'm not selling any. Although I'm giving away one for Christmas on the Christmas giveaway of 2020. Okay, so there's a timestamp on this later in my career. One. Okay, and it'll be signed by me, and it'll go to the person, to my patrons, who wins the patron draw. Oh, and speaking of my patrons, if you're seeing this video and you're one of my patrons, there was a whole bunch of you guys who somehow it messed up your payments, and payments didn't go through. I'm sorry about that. I have nothing to do with it. You'll have to re-register your accounts in the Patreon to get access again. I'm sorry about that. And if you're new to the Patreon, well, that's Patreon's fault for messing up, not mine. I didn't do anything. I don't know. So, back to business here. How many do I own? People ask all the time. I have lots of filled binders. That's kind of my standard answer now. I have a lot. Okay, I actually stopped counting. Now, the highest I ever paid was $33. Okay, because I still wanted some. I was trying to finish off certain pages and make it all even, as it were. A little OCD there, got to have even amounts. But the card is tanked, gone up and down, tanked, gone up and down. It's around the $22 mark. But since I am not selling it, and this card will be a reprint target because of people like me who have bought so many copies, this is a bad investment. I'll tell you right now, it is a bad investment. I'm going to lose a lot of money on this deal because eventually this card will be reprinted, and since I didn't sell any copies, I'll lose probably about 50% of that $25 price. It's going to drop to like a $12, $10 card, right? Unless people happen to go after the originals and they want an original one, which keeps that price flowing. But generally speaking, that doesn't happen right now, okay? The only reason this card is at the price it's at is because people like me, and I think it may be only me at this point, have a very large position of this card. Maybe one day I'll own them all. If the price tanks from the reprinting it, I'll just go after this card again. It'll be awesome, and I'll have more of it. So, but this is a bad investment, okay? This is not a good deal for me. It's not a good deal for anybody. I'm keeping the card artificially inflated because I'm keeping them. So other people want it cheaper can't get it. And I'm not selling any, so those who do have them, they think they have a worthwhile card. It's not a great card, but it's my favorite. It's awesome! So it's still awesome. Even though it's not great for a lot of people, it's awesome for me. So, you think about that. When you're buying something, if you're buying to sell it, that's different than buying because you enjoy it. Okay, so that doesn't factor in these conversations, okay? I'm talking about, like, I want to buy this and flip it over because I know this card is great. Okay? So, that brings us to number 2. Ugin came out in 2015 in Fate Reforged. Up to Core 2021, it was the only time he was printed in a core set, into a main standard set. Now, as you can tell right now, if you play Arena, he's in every deck. He's an 8 casting cost colorless planeswalker who fits literally everywhere. Exiles permanents from the battlefield, making the battlefield very even, and there are so many colorless things right now that it can be used in multiple ways with a pure colorless deck. But I bought them when they were $20 Canadian. I may have bought a little bit lower. I may have bought a little bit higher. But my spreadsheet says $20. So I bought this card knowing I was going to flip some and keep some for decks. Okay? I sold this in 2019. I sold 10 of my extra copies. And I sold them for $85 to Face here in Toronto. Now, that made me $850 on what? A couple $100 investment. That is a very good return. Okay, a very good return. And just in case you guys were wondering what I did with that return, I bought more boxes of Magic. That's what I did. I waited for them to have a deal, and I bought more boxes of Magic. So I got another case of Magic out of it, which was awesome, because that was not my real intent at the time, but I figured, why not? Let's get some more Magic, because it is addictive, It's very addictive. So this was a very good deal for me, and I planned this out. I know that I have to reprint them at some time. I waited for as long as I thought was reasonable, and I sold them because the price was good. Now, you can wait too long and make the mistake and get burned. But that's okay, because it's a game, and you only bought the card because you wanted to play with it anyway. Originally, you thought the card was awesome. That's why you held on to it. Now you just put in some other decks. Or you wait a very long time for it to inflate again. 20 years. Because after it's been reprinted once, it'll keep getting reprinted. You have to wait for somebody to want the original. That's not always so easy, as you guys know. Now, Jeweled Lotus, which I don't have a sheet for that right now, but Jeweled Lotus. Every video I've seen, and I've seen a lot of openings on this from a lot of different channels, it is not as common a mythic as people are thinking. You know, you can get the Triniform, you can get the Transfusion, you can get all kinds of different cards and not get that Lotus. The Mana Drain is not common. The Vampire Tutor is not that common. If you're getting one, that's a major hit in one of these boxes. So they've almost gone like, ha ha! And they've surprised you. Because this is not like the other boxes where I got like 3 Teferis, right? I didn't get 3 Teferis in my collector box. Bam. I got nothing in my draft boxes. Bam. These boxes are they're kind of bamboozling people. There are some good cards. The real thing would be to see if these etched foils work out. Now, knowing that, and knowing the Jeweled Lotus there is not what we think it's going to be, it will retain more value than I originally had thought it would. I'm going to say it's going to stay in the $50 to $70 mark. It's not going lower than that as far as I can tell. It's a little high right now, but a lot of products been opened. And it's not sinking like I thought it would. I mean, a lot of products been opened. It's just not sinking, guys. So let me ask you this as one of those like hypothetical questions. Would you rather have box of Commander Legends? Awesome, awesome, awesome. Would you rather have this or 4 Jeweled Lotuses? Because even at $100 a pop, you could get 4 of them. Foil. Non-foil? Non-foil. 2 foil ones, 1 extended, full art. Like, think about that. Sometimes people think that way. When I think of the Mox Amber, I told people it's like 1 for every 5 and a bit boxes, right? That's how kind of you got the mythic out of it. So that means if I own hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands of copies, how many booster boxes was that to get that many? So how many really are there left? I don't know. But I know I own a percentage at least, right? So if this thing has 1 Jeweled Lotus in it, it could be the foil one, obviously, full art extended, or full art extended foil. But there may be nothing. I've seen so many boosters of these now that have nothing in them, whole boxes where like the guy got like $150 out of it. That is blowing my... And that's if you can flip it a good price. So that would not be a good deal. Cracking these, after I've seen one out there, it's not a good deal to open this now. Stay sealed. It's not a good deal to open it. Okay? That scares me to say that, but you don't really know these things until you've seen them opened. Okay, and I mean, I've opened a lot. The value's not there to open it. It's not a good deal to open it. The Jeweled Lotus, if there is one there, it's going to stay in there because it's just not a great deal to go cracking that open. Unless somebody buys it because they don't care and they want the enjoyment of cracking. Again, different thing. Happy if you crack and get something awesome. You don't really care if you don't because you just wanted to crack the box anyway and have a good time because you're hoping to get something good. There is that lottery factor of excitement. I do agree. I do agree. Now, the last one's a little bit longer of an explanation. So, I've been buying boxes for a long time, okay? I really started, though, having a little extra cash when 2012 rolled around. I bought some Ravnica boxes, I bought some Theros and stuff, and that's when I started to expand, original Theros, I started to expand. And I said, okay, I'm going to buy this, I'm going to buy this, and I started buying 1, 2, 3 booster boxes, not opening them, just so that they were so cool in the background just to have stuff. Alright, so I started doing that. Now, originally in 2012, I was buying them for $99. I sold 1 or 2 this year for that whole $175, which is almost double my money. But I needed cash for bills, so I had to sell a little bit less. Don't forget, after fees and stuff are gone. Okay? Remember, I've held that one for 8 years, let's say. After fees are gone, I only make like $50 on that thing sitting here. You know, non-smoker, non-drinker, stacked nice and neatly with nobody allowed down here but me. Well, I have a kid now, but at the time, you know, sitting in the corner, doing nothing, right? Not a great return on my investment. Now, I've gotten lucky on some boxes like, what we got here? Ice Age. You know, I bought that for $100 and it's going for like $1,000. Fallen Empires I bought for $75. It's going for like, what, $800-900? Crazy stuff. Shards of Alara I bought for like $150. and that's going for like 500. There have been a few that I bought at various times, but I didn't buy enough of them. I still have them, right? Now, 2014, I bought some boxes for 109, and I sold those for 175. Minus fees, time, and shipping, you're talking a minuscule percentage. Because don't forget, in 2015, 2018, boxes started to go up. They've been climbing every year, as you can see. It's 119. I didn't sell any. Because I have to sell those boxes for 250. Have to. Can't let it go for less because I'll lose money. 2018 to 2020, they raised that price to 134. You notice they're adding almost $20, $25 a year to a box price. Are we getting better return for that value? No, you're not. You're not. Because they're putting the stuff into the specialty boxes. They just don't think we realize it yet. And we do. I've just told you, so now you know. It's just not the same as it used to be. So you look at that. I am still buying, but there's lots of sets I didn't buy. I have like one box of Kaladesh, one box of Aether Revolt, one box of Mirrodin Besieged. There's lots of years where I did not buy a lot of Magic because I didn't have the money. Who does, right, guys, to have that kind just to sit on it? There are other times I've had money. I wish I could go back and fix that mistake, but you can't. So these box prices will continue to climb. So remember the 175 I showed you? Now look at that 134, which is kind of what they're around 144 now. So the new boxes cost as much as an old box. That will get corrected at some point, and the old boxes will start to climb faster just to make up for the fact for inflation. But that can happen 2-3 years from now. It may not happen for like 10 years. You don't know because the boxes don't all correlate right. I do expect cons to start climbing faster. I mean, it's fetch lands, commander, you know how it goes. It's the last set you can get them in, and they're still $200 a box when you get them on a deal, which isn't bad. You get 3, 6, you know, you can get a few fetches in there as we showed, right? So it's not bad. It's a good deal, and they're rare, so you can also get the chance for foils, which is nice. But look at that when I'm telling you the booster box price. Look at all the boxes I bought. Look at the ones you see in the background here, and the ones I've shown you in boxes over there. There's other ones I pay like a top dollar for, like this. All right, here we go. Look back to the Commander Legends. At $400 Canadian. I gotta sell it for $8. But by the time it hits $8, I bet the new box of this are at $5 or $5.50. You see what I mean? It eats that profit away. So it's not a good deal to really kind of... These are not a great buy. Okay? They are fun. They are exciting, but they're not a good buy or a good investment. I'll tell you that now. They're not. You might get lucky on a card if they don't reprint it. But you know they're going to. Because that's how Wizards does things now. So keep that in mind. As long as you don't mind, it's cool to buy that stuff. I bought some. I've opened on the channel. Right? But it's something I jump out to do. Right? And if you looked on my eBay listing stuff, I don't have a lot of stuff up right now. I don't. I have like 3 or 4 things. Because those ones I can afford to sell at those profits and call it a day. Okay? Other ones I can't. Because that cost is too high to sell it. I'll lose too much in fees. Too much in PayPal. Too much in shipping. It's just not worth it, which is hilarious because you've held on to those boxes for years. And as a person who does keep a lot of sealed product, guys, you have to understand, from my point of view, it's like, this is not good. But the good news is I do get to keep it and enjoy it. Because there's a lot of people out there who don't save their stuff. They get rid of it for whatever reason. You know, bad times, tough times. Think they're out of the game, but you know you're coming back to it. You know, it's one of those things. So I'm willing to hang in there. I got a long time to go. You know, it's all right. But some people, they can't wait that long. And that can be hard for them. So, to those people, I wish you all the best. To me, yeah, I'm just going to sit on it and enjoy the background. I will be switching the background up soon, though. Christmas is coming, so you see we got some stuff going here. But we're going to be switching things up a bit. I just got to wait for some spare time. I don't know when that'll be. But at some point. And if I have to sleepwalk and do it in my sleep. So, thank you so much for tuning in, guys. That's all I've got for you tonight. This is MTG Mox, man. You guys are awesome. I appreciate you. To my patrons, thank you so much. And to the patrons I lost, I'm sorry I lost you. You were awesome. I hope you come back someday. Alright, guys. Thanks a lot. And don't forget the giveaways. Check the links for the giveaways. Alright, guys. Have a great one. Stay safe out there. And remember, we're in the Christmas month. We got, like, jolly things coming to talk about. It's going to be awesome. I'll see you guys soon. Have a great night tonight. I'm clicking buttons. I am. See? Clickety, clickety, click. Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. MTG Mox Man here. Really appreciate everyone taking the time to watch the video tonight. Making it to the end is a big accomplishment. You should be proud. I mean, Come on, I'm proud of you. You gotta be proud. Have a great one tonight, guys. Stay safe.